The world's highest Nobu is now serving atop A rooftop at the Empire, Bangkok's newest premier lifestyle landmark. The three-course spanning gastronomic experience takes Nobu's one-of-a-kind Japanese-Peruvian cuisine to a new peak, pairing the sublime menu with a series of dazzling settings, from elegant interiors to captivating al fresco spaces high above the city. Experience world-famous Nobu like never before at Nobu Bangkok. Visit noburestaurants.com/Bangkok for details.
Transform your outing into a boutique outing. Turn your backpacking trip into a boutique backpacking trip. Why, you ask? Because you're flying with Bangkok Airways. Your trip will be more boutique than anyone else's. Check in with as much as 20 kilograms in baggage allowance. Enjoy free access to our boutique lounges. And then savor delicious menu items during your flight. Let Bangkok Airways be your choice on every journey. Bangkok Airways, Asia's boutique airline.
National News. Brought to you by Bangkok Airways, now flying direct from Bangkok to Sukhothai daily. Bangkok Airways, Asia's boutique airline. Call 1771.
This is the national news. Headlines from Bangkok and around Thailand. The Parliament will request a constitutional court ruling on whether a public referendum is required to amend the Constitution. House Speaker Wan Muhammad Nalmata chaired a meeting of representatives from the executive branch, parliamentarians, and members of both the ruling coalition and opposition parties. The meeting resulted in an agreement to hold a joint parliamentary session on March 18th to decide whether to formally seek the Constitutional Court's interpretation regarding the necessity of a referendum in the charter amendment process. Before this, Parliament will also convene a special joint session on March 5th to deliberate 4 key issues. These are the ASEAN-Hong Kong Trade Agreement, ASEAN Food Safety Regulations, a draft organic law on anti-corruption, and joint parliamentary meeting regulations. If the request for a constitutional court ruling is approved, parliamentary deliberations on a constitutional amendment will be suspended until a verdict is issued.
Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra has summoned Royal Thai Police Commissioner General Police General Kirat Phantet and Prime Minister's Office Minister Kirat Phantet to discuss measures to control and suppress e-cigarettes. After the meeting, Police General Kirat disclosed that Prime Minister Paetongtarn prioritized 2 issues. The first being the investigations and arrests aimed at deterring the import, storage, and distribution of e-cigarettes. The law enforcement effort will start with disrupting the activity of e-cigarette importers by sealing all entry points and arresting sellers. The Premier has given a 30-day timeline to the Royal Thai Police, the Ministry of Commerce, the Ministry of Interior, and the Customs Department to execute the crackdown. The second issue was the suppression of e-cigarette sellers near educational institutions. The Prime Minister asserted that while the police are responsible for carrying out this law enforcement action, everyone in society shares responsibility for child and youth safety. Therefore, she called on everyone in all sectors to cooperate and look after young people. Those who spot e-cigarettes being sold to minors have been urged to inform the police so action may be taken. Police General Kirat noted that police have been continuously making arrests since last year, warning that contrary to what many people believe, there are clear laws against the import, possession, distribution, and use of e-cigarettes. Harsh disciplinary and criminal proceedings will be dealt to police officers or civil servants found to be liable in the illicit e-cigarette trade.
The Ministry of Social Development and Human Security, or the MSDHS, has partnered with the National Broadcasting and Telecommunications Commission, or the NBTC, to provide free high-speed internet access to 1.1 million people with disabilities across Thailand. Running from February 1st to July 31st, the program improves digital access for individuals facing economic hardship, allowing them to connect to education, healthcare, and essential government services. Eligible individuals will receive unlimited internet access at a minimum speed of 20 megabytes per second for 6 months. To qualify, applicants must hold a disability identification card registered with the Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities, or the DEP, and possess a state welfare card. The program covers 7 disability categories, including visual, hearing, physical, intellectual, psychosocial, learning disabilities, and autism spectrum disorder, or ASD. Legal guardians may apply on behalf of those with intellectual disabilities, learning impairment, and autism.
And now, the administration has formally submitted a request to the Constitutional Court to clarify the qualifications required for ministers and public office holders, aiming to prevent legal disputes over appointments. Prime Minister Thailand confirmed that the cabinet has asked the court to define the criteria for manifest integrity and honesty as required for ministerial positions. She emphasized that this move is not related to preparations for a cabinet reshuffle, but is intended to provide legal clarity and ensure smooth administrative operations. Since assuming office, Thailand has faced challenges in verifying candidates' backgrounds due to unclear ethical and legal parameters, making the Constitutional Court's interpretation essential for future appointments. The request was formally submitted by a minister attached to the Prime Minister's office, Chusak Sirinin, following a closed-door cabinet discussion on the issue. He confirmed that the details of the request remain classified under the Secretariat of the Cabinet and is still uncertain whether the Constitutional Court will accept the case for review. Similarly, Solomon Tian-Tong, Minister of Tourism and Sports and Secretary General of the Thai Party, acknowledged that the matter had been discussed in a confidential session. He emphasized that the request seeks to prevent potential legal complications, referencing past issues including those faced by former Prime Minister Sethar Thaksin. The ruling is expected to apply to ministers as well as other political appointees, ensuring a consistent and legally sound process for future appointments.
The Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment has confirmed that Kaohsiung Open Soup is providing proper care for Mudeng, the world-famous pygmy hippopotamus. The ministry has also invited the people for the ethical treatment of animals, or PETA, to inspect the soup following allegations of animal exploitation. Natural Resources and Environment Minister Lim Chai-Sion addressed concerns raised by PETA, which claimed that Mudeng was being exploited and kept in unsanitary conditions. He assures the animal activists that the soup follows strict hygiene standards and provides a well-maintained closure for the animal, adding that the Zoological Park Organization of Thailand upholds ethical standards for animal care. He further invited PETA representatives to visit the soup and see the conditions firsthand. He warned that unverified claims would damage the soup's reputation and negatively impact Thailand's tourism industry.
Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister and Defense Minister Phumtham Wechayachai welcomed New Zealand's ambassador to Thailand, Jonathan Dale Kings, for a meeting where both sides expressed their commitment to further developing the Thailand-New Zealand relationship into a strategic partnership for national defense by 2026. The milestone year will mark the 70th anniversary of their diplomatic ties. Ambassador Kings expressed his pleasure over the close ties between the two countries, highlighting the exchanges, visits, and high-level discussions that have taken place over the past year. He added